NEC 406.8 addresses receptacles in dwelling units, stating that receptacle outlets should be installed so that no point along the floor line in any habitable room is more than 6 feet, measured horizontally, from an outlet. However, there are exceptions to this rule. Bathrooms, foyers, hallways, closets, and unfinished basements are exempt from this requirement. NEC 210.52c focuses on wall spaces. Receptacles shall be installed in every wall space 2 feet or more in width, measured horizontally, that is accessible and not provided with permanently installed appliances. Then, NEC 210.52d addresses counter spaces. Receptacles shall be installed in the wall space above and below countertops in kitchens, pantries, and breakfast rooms where countertops are more than 12 inches wide and appliances are not permanently installed. Receptacles shall be installed at convenient locations for the utilization of portable appliances. It's important to understand that the 612 rule is not explicitly a requirement within the NEC itself, even though inspectors might interpret it. Receptacles are not required in wall spaces that are less than 2 feet wide. Receptacles are only required in wall spaces that are accessible and not provided with permanently installed appliances. In summary, receptacles are required in accessible wall spaces that are 2 feet or more in width and that are not provided with permanently installed appliances. This distinction is crucial for proper electrical installations and compliance with the NEC. The code focuses on ensuring that habitable rooms have readily available power outlets without mandating them in every single wall space, particularly those less than 2 feet wide or already occupied by permanent appliances. Inspectors sometimes have their own interpretations, so it is always advisable to clarify with them and perhaps consult the authority having jurisdiction to ensure proper understanding. However, according to the NEC, the interpretation that requires receptacles in all wall space, including those less than 2 feet wide, is inaccurate. Understanding these provisions will help ensure compliance and safety in electrical installations. The 6-foot rule refers to the maximum distance along the floor line from any point to a receptacle outlet in habitable rooms. This ensures that occupants have convenient access to electrical power without needing excessively long extension cords. The 2-foot rule for wall spaces indicates that any wall space that is 2 feet or more in width should have a receptacle installed, unless that space is occupied by a permanently installed appliance. This provision aims to prevent the overuse of extension cords by providing sufficient receptacle outlets along walls where appliances or other electrical devices might be used. Permanently installed appliances, such as dishwashers or built-in ovens, negate the need for additional receptacles in their immediate vicinity. This is because these appliances are directly wired into the electrical system and do not rely on standard receptacle outlets for power. The code differentiates between wall spaces and counter spaces, with separate requirements for each. Wall spaces are defined as the linear distance along a wall, while counter spaces refer specifically to the areas above and below countertops in kitchens, pantries, and breakfast rooms. The requirements for counter spaces are more stringent due to the increased likelihood of using portable appliances in these areas. The NEC aims to strike a balance between providing sufficient receptacle outlets for convenient use of electrical devices and avoiding unnecessary installations. The rules are designed to ensure safety and prevent the overloading of circuits due to excessive use of extension cords or power strips. It's important to note that local amendments to the NEC may exist, which could modify or add to these requirements. Therefore, it is always advisable to consult the local authority having jurisdiction to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. For example, some jurisdictions may have stricter requirements for receptacle spacing in certain types of occupancies or may require additional receptacles in specific areas. Staying informed about local amendments is essential for electrical contractors and installers to avoid code violations and ensure the safety of electrical installations. The NEC is a comprehensive document that covers a wide range of electrical safety topics, including grounding, wiring methods, overcurrent protection, and equipment installation. It is updated regularly to reflect changes in technology and best practices. Understanding the NEC is crucial for anyone involved in electrical work, from electricians and engineers to inspectors and homeowners. The code is not intended to be a design manual, but rather a set of minimum safety requirements. Electrical installations should always be designed and installed by qualified professionals who have a thorough understanding of the NEC and other applicable codes and standards. In addition to the receptacle spacing requirements, the NEC also specifies the type of receptacles that are required in certain locations. For example, ground fault circuit interrupter GFCI protection is required for receptacles in bathrooms, kitchens, and other wet locations to prevent electric shock hazards. Arc fault circuit interrupter PSI protection is required for receptacles in bedrooms and other areas to prevent fires caused by arcing faults in electrical wiring. These additional requirements are designed to enhance safety and reduce the risk of electrical accidents. The NEC also addresses the installation of receptacles in outdoor locations. Weatherproof receptacles are required for outdoor use to protect against moisture and corrosion. Receptacles installed in damp or wet locations must be protected by covers that are suitable for the environment. These provisions help to ensure the safety and reliability of electrical installations in outdoor areas. When installing receptacles, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions and use appropriate wiring methods. The NEC specifies the types of wiring that are permitted for use in different locations and applications. Proper grounding is also essential for safety. All receptacles must be properly grounded to provide a path for fault current to return to the source, which helps to prevent electric shock hazards. Regular inspections of electrical systems are recommended to identify and correct any potential problems. Electrical systems should be inspected by qualified professionals who can identify hazards such as loose connections, damaged wiring, and overloaded circuits. Regular maintenance, such as tightening connections and replacing worn components, can help to extend the life of electrical systems and prevent costly repairs. The NEC is a valuable resource for anyone involved in electrical work. It provides a comprehensive set of safety requirements that are designed to protect people and property from electrical hazards. By understanding and following the NEC, electrical professionals can help to ensure the safety and reliability of electrical installations. Remember, proper receptacle spacing is just one aspect of electrical safety. It is important to consider all aspects of the NEC and other applicable codes and standards to ensure a safe and compliant electrical installation. Also, remember to consult local jurisdiction codes because they may have amendments to the NEC that you must follow in the installation. Firstly, always ensure that the electrical work being done is following NEC regulations or any local amendment. Secondly, it's best to have a licensed electrical contractor on hand for the electrical work. Thirdly, be sure to do regular electrical inspections of the dwelling unit.